sustainability, Haze and Transboundary Pollutant. Haze. What is haze? Haze is one of the category of air pollution, also known as particle pollution. Haze consists of sufficient smoke, dust, moisture and vapor suspended in air to degrade visibility. By Asian Haze Action Online 2013. And this is Air Quality Index in 18 September 2019. There are 6 categories of Air Quality Index, which are green for good, yellow for moderate, orange for unhealthy for sensitive groups, red for unhealthy, purple for very unhealthy, and the last one is maroon for hazardous. When sunlight encounters tiny pollution particles in the air, the situation will reduce the clarity and fill up the environment with milky color. Other smaller sizes can only be detected by using an electron microscope. Particulate matter can divide into inhalable, coarse particles and fine particles. Diameters of inhalable coarse particles are larger than 2.5 micrometers and smaller than 10 micrometers, while diameters of fine particles are 2.5 micrometers and smaller. And these are the causes of haze. Haze resulted from land and forest fires, which it will generate high concentration of particulate matter which impair visibility. The haze resulted from land and forest fires predominantly made of very fine particle with size less than 10 mm diameter due to the specific emission characteristic. And these are the haze circle. Haze will affect the consumers. Consumer will affect the unsustainable palm oil and pepper product. It will affect the large-scale burning, deforestation, pit drainage, land conflict, and it will affect the huge vegetation and pit fires.
Here are some of the haze effect, which is in terms of health, physical activities, and in terms of psychology. For health, the example of health problems are eye inflammation or conjunctivitis, nasal irritation which stimulates mucus production, throat irritation which leads to mucus discharge which can clog the respiratory tract, and lastly, lung tissues inflammation and scarring. Patients with lung, heart or severe asthmatic problems may have difficulty breathing. At higher levels of pollution, most people will start to feel breathlessness and cough. Tips to minimize the effects of haze on health: reduce outdoor activities, avoid smoking, drink at least 2 liters of water a day, frequently wash hands and face after outdoor activities, keep indoor environment clean. If you're suffering from asthma or heart disease, make sure you have adequate supply of medicine. Take your medicine regularly and see a doctor immediately if the condition is worsened. Some of the physical activities are affected. The everyday lifestyles of Malaysians have been disrupted by this polluted air. Many schools around Malaysia are also closed due to haze.
Schools in 5 states, Selangor, Sarawak, Negeri Sembilan, Penang and Perak have been shut, along with those in the federal territories of Kuala Lumpur and Putrajaya. This comes as poor air quality persists across many parts of the country. More than 40 places are registering unhealthy to very unhealthy air quality levels.
In terms of psychology, the study work by Teo and Tan shows that during haze there will arise emotional and behavior problem as common compared to physical health problem. Air pollution have negative impacts toward human behavior and emotions. Emotional problems could occur when the human system is disrupting, which then affecting daily routine. Symptoms of people that experience environmental problems are depression, anxiety, lower energy, and difficulty of having quality sleep. Transboundary pollutant.
What is transboundary pollutant? Transboundary pollutant is something that pollutes and any substance as contain chemical or waste product that renders the air, soil, water or other natural resources harmful or unsuitable for a specific purpose. And for other definition is transboundary pollution is the pollution that originates in one country but is able to cause damage in other country environment by crossing border through pathway like water or air. Transboundary air pollutant can survive for a period of days or even years and can be transported 100 seconds or thousands of miles before they affect the air we breathe, soil, river, lake, and all our food. Okay, this is the problem that caused by transboundary pollutant. Transboundary pollutant cause a number of different problems. For example, formation of particles, ground level ozone, which are hazardous to health, the formation of acid rain, which can damage buildings and sensitive ecosystem, and some that are toxic to human health and the environment.
The example of transboundary pollution is forest fire that prevailing in Indonesia. Huge sections of jungle have burned all summer in Indonesian areas of Sumatra and Borneo. Smoke from the Indonesian fires has already spread as far as neighboring Malaysia. Unhealthy air quality was recorded in around Malaysia capital Kuala Lumpur.
Hazardous air spread across parts of Indonesia, Malaysia, and Singapore. In a rare instance, it has even reached cities in Vietnam. A large source of the fire comes from Indonesian peatlands. Because peatlands contain twice as much carbon as regular forests, more greenhouse gas is emitted. Here's why. Untouched peatlands are dense, waterlogged forests that are normally fire resistant. However, after 2 decades of peatland clearance by the plantation sector, they've turned parts of Indonesia into a giant matchbox. When peatlands are drained for plantation, carbon is released into the atmosphere as CO2 emissions. The problem is compounded when peat soil catches fire. The fire can smother away below the surface and become extremely difficult to put out, hence causing longer fires and longer periods of haze. Greenpeace's analysis showed that more than 40% of Indonesians' fire hotspots this year
So in conclusion, we need to take care of our environment so that the air pollution could be reduced a lot. We need to sustain the clean air for the future generation too.